Hello, America, and to our friends around the world, greetings. Well, it was bound to happen, I suppose. Pam Bondi has demonstrated herself to be a complete and utter failure. Not one thing has happened of consequence since her confirmation as Attorney General, and now she has crossed the Rubicon. And for those that are unfamiliar, the Rubicon was a river outside of Rome. Caesar, before he went to the Senate, was directed to disband his army before returning to Rome. Hence, he crossed the Rubicon with his army, defying Rome's order. And now we have Ms. Bondi, Miss Gun Grabber herself, Miss Complete Feminist Failure, who has done nothing since her confirmation. She's talked, but she has not walked. This woman needs to go. And not only is this video that I'm about to share with you a demonstration as to the reason that she has to go. This woman sitting next to President Trump, he is now connected with her as being a gun grabber. And in addition to that, it is my opinion the Republicans have just lost Congress in 26.
We've been rewriting it, and we are going to bring in something called the Gun Violence Restraining Order. So if someone is civilly committed, typically you can hold them for up to 72 hours, but people are getting out within 24 hours, the majority of them. So what we want to do is let law enforcement come in and take the guns.
Good.
They're a danger to themselves
Which you can't
or
do right
others.
now.
Well, because without being adjudicated. So because they're a danger to themselves.
You want them to take the guns and
when they are
not go through 6 months of legal trials and everything
Exactly.
else.
But we also have to give the mentally ill the due process in which they deserve, President. So what we're doing is they're going to be able to take the guns when they're taken into custody or into the hospital, and then when they're released within 24 hours or 72 hours later, typically it's 24 hours, but law enforcement will have 72 hours to determine whether they should give those guns back, or they can go to a judge and say, Your Honor, please keep these guns. We feel this person is still a danger to himself or others.
So this would not have worked the way it's currently constituted. This would not have worked with Cruz as it's currently constituted.
As it's currently written.
So you're going to make changes?
We're going to make changes.
This is an unacceptable move by President Trump and his administration. This is an unacceptable agenda. This has to be pushed back against. I only just found out about this a few minutes ago. I don't know if Guns and Gadgets or Colin Noor or even Liberty Doll or any of those others who are the most vocal two-way proponents. What is it, Armed Scholar and what is it, Virginia or Langley Outdoorsman? Regardless, I don't know if they're aware of this. Somebody let them know about this. But as the 10th Amendment account on X wrote, 0. That's the number of federal gun laws and regulations permitted under the Constitution. 0. For those of you that are hard of hearing or are mathematically challenged, 0 is nothing. It does not exist. It is a placeholder for the absence of something. The Constitution clearly states in the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, comma, shall not be infringed, period. I'm a big fan of the fact that the federal government is being gutted, but at the same time, this is not helping gut the federal government. If anything, this is adding a justification to expanding the state, whether it's the local or the federal. It doesn't matter. It's inappropriate, unacceptable, and a violation of the Second Amendment of one's individual liberties to protect and defend themselves. It is arbitrary, it is baseless, it is going to be abused by rumor and subjection. Leaving it to the local police department to make a determination is unacceptable. And then having to put upon the individual a cost to exercise a right, that is a violation of precedent. I don't know if this is the exact one that I'm thinking of. I can't recall the name of it, but there is this case that was called Murdock v. Pennsylvania, 319 U.S. 105 in 1943, requiring a license, a city ordinance, for to distribute published material that they, you need a license for that. Nope, struck down. Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, 394 U.S. 147 in 1969. Also says that you cannot convert a liberty, a right, into a privilege, and that citizens can ignore that. Well, good luck when the police are the ones showing up, bashing in your door. I mean, this is not acceptable, unacceptable on so many different levels. This issue has to be pushed back on. We need to send a very strong and unified message to the president and to Congress. This is not acceptable. In addition, that if this is the agenda, which many warned based on her full AG performance in Florida would be happening, this woman has to go. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. If you could, if you have connections to any of the more named, the more popular channels that are more proactive in the Second Amendment arena, let them know what's going on if they're not already aware of it and speaking out on it. Good luck, stay safe, protect yourselves and your family.